Part 4. Most of the time when you have multiplying and dividing polynomial or monomial whatsoever, usually it's going to involve with word problem. Now, word problem in Math 2, in my opinion, is not fair because they require you to remember the formula back in Math 1, but it's not going to be that complicated. Usually you have the three popular shape you're going to have to remember in every single math will be square, rectangle, triangle. Occasionally it pops up trapezoid. The formula, the area, formula, perimeter, whatsoever, you have to remember those things. That's kind of sad part, but no worries in this. I will provide a formula for every single test you have, CIA, Learn Check. You will have the formula for those. But please remember, in the end, you have to remember those. With that in mind, let's go over the first one. For this one here, they ask you the area. And the area formula for the trapezoid, it's going to be base 1 plus base 2 divide 2 times height. So all you have to do now is just plug in. So for base 1, you got x minus 3. Base 2, you have x plus 7. Remember, I put in parentheses because sometimes they will trick you. They will casually put the negative in front of this x here. They will do that. So it's a safe bet to do that in parentheses, just in case. Then you divide 2 here times your height. In this case, your height is 4. Before you do anything here, you can do something really clever. For instance, if you realize that every time you multiply a number, a solid number, you have to convert this number into a fraction by put the number 1 underneath that. Just make that as a fraction. So what you're going to do when you have a fraction there, you just multiply them. So you multiply them there, you should end up with whatever x minus 3 plus x plus 7 there. We don't care. We haven't touched this thing yet. Keep them there. 4 here. 2 there. Because 2 times 1 is just 2. Now you can simplify them a little bit. So on this thing here, we can simplify these. X minus 3. Remove this parentheses here. It should end up with plus x plus 7. Oh, I shoot myself in my foot. So let me write this down here. X minus 3 plus x plus 7. And the bracket there. Two here, 4 there. If you're clever enough, you should see this. 4 and 2, you can simplify that. But simplify these things. This should be 2, and this should be 1 left because 4 divided 2. Then you combine like term inside the parentheses. If you combine like term inside the parentheses, you should end up with here. X plus x, it should be 2x. Negative 3 plus 7, and it's going to be positive 4. And this is 2 times outside. The 1 down here, you can ignore it because whatever divide 1 basically itself. So you don't have to be worried about those. Just ignore those. Then you have to distribute this thing back in. Your complete answer, hopefully it's still space, should be 4x plus 8. Should have printed this thing bigger. Should have do that. That's really a bad move for me. I apologize for those. If you confusing and if you don't have enough space, please don't curse me out. All right, let's do example number 3. Any question there? If you do have a question, please do not hesitate to shoot me an email, remind whatsoever. So from there now we can go ahead to do example number 4. Example number 4 basically saying that you have to find out the area of a shaded region here. If you want to keep something really simple, the shade region, basically you get the area of a big one minus the area of small one. So in this case, the area of a big one should be the entire of your rectangle here. So the area of a big one, and as we learned back in Math 1, area of a rectangle should be length times width. Basically, in here's length, it's gonna be 3. Length is gonna be 3x plus 1, 1%, times your width, which is 3x. Distributing those should end up with 9x squared. So we're kind of cheating here. 9x squared plus 30x. You should have the same answer or remotely the same with me on those. Then you have to find out the area of a small one. Same concept, this is a rectangle, so it has to be length times width, which is x plus 4 times x. Then you do distributing those. You should end up with x squared plus 4x. So, to get the area of a shaded region, you have to plug it in. So we know the area of a big one. The area of a big one is 9x squared plus 3x minus the area of a small one. Again, please put that thing in parentheses. It will help you to avoid some silly mistake. X squared plus 4x. Now distribute those things. Take the negative, distribute that negative inside here. Everything in here, the sign of this has to change. So positive x squared going to become negative x squared. Positive 4x going to become negative 4x. Then you should be able to see that x squared and x squared are the same, so you can combine them. So 9x squared minus x squared, 9 minus 1 should give you 8. X squared, 30x, negative 4x are the same. 30 minus 4, 26x. If you wish to try number 4 by yourself, please remember the volume formula is length times width times height. All you have to do is just take these 3 here, multiply to each other, whatever number you have, and that's going to be right. It's going to be your volume. This question, I will put that as an extra credit if you want to try it by yourself. If you get it right, you got 10 point extra credit. Please work on those. Hopefully you don't have any question after this. If you do have a question, please save that to Friday. And for the remaining of class time, I want you to start working on your classwork. If you have a question, feel free to shoot me an email, remind, and feel free to contact me. Hope you have a fun class time today. See you on Friday.